Hi, I'm Ashish Mathur. Welcome to a short video on the practical usage of Microsoft Power Query. In this video, I'd like to show you how you can rearrange data column-wise. For other MS Excel solutions, you may visit my website ashishmathur.com. Okay, so here's what my data looks like. I have a simple two-column data set of project ID and employees. Down the project ID column, you'll very clearly observe that I have a project ID appearing multiple times. So A00 appears in the 4 rows over here with some employees assigned to it. And down below in this very same column, I have A00 appearing once again as well. The very same happens for L02 over here as well. Now I'd like to actually transform my database column wise. So my expected solution should look something like this. I want to create one column each for the project IDs that I have, which are only two in my case over here. And under each of those columns, I'd like to actually show who the team members are. Now, one way to actually accomplish this is to write formulas. So on the next worksheet, I typed in A001 and L02 over here. And in this cell, I've written a fairly lengthy array formula, which I've copied down and copied to the right. Now, this is the exact solution that I'm looking for. The data set over here is exactly what my expected solution over here actually is. So this is one definite formula-based solution, undoubtedly. Now, I've also been able to solve this problem using something called Power Query. So here's what I did. I actually selected this data set. First and foremost, converted this into a table. And let's just say project data is what I want to name that table. I then go to Power Query and I say from table over here. Now first and foremost, what I'd like to do is I want to add an index column starting with number 1. Next, I actually go here, right click, I click on replace values, find for a space, replace with a comma, I click on OK. Once I've done this, I want to ensure that all my project IDs appear in A to Z, which is I want to actually sort them alphabetically. So I select this, I go to home, I click on A to Z over there. So all my A00s appear together and so do my L02s. Next, I want to actually pivot this data set, meaning along the columns I want to get the index numbers, along the rows I'd like to see the project IDs, and in the value area section I want to see the employee names. So here's what I do. Under transform, there's an option of pivot column. So it says use the names of the column index to create new columns. Value column should have the employee name, and under advanced options I'll actually select do not aggregate. When I click on OK, I get something like this. Now I get data into multiple columns which I want to bring all into one in the very first place. So I click on this one here, scroll to the right, press the shift key, click on this one over here, and under transform itself there's an option to merge columns. I want to merge columns, separator being over here a space, and let's just call that merged itself. I click on OK. Once I've done so, you'll actually see a few unrequired spaces appearing over here and some appearing at the end over here as well. To get rid of them, I simply right click, transform, and trim. Okay, once I've got it till here, I need to replace values wherein I want to find for a space, replace with a colon. I click on OK. I once again want to replace values over there where I find for a comma, replace with a space. I click on OK. So as you can observe, what I've been able to do via this is I've got it back to the names the way they were in my base data itself, wherein between a first name and a surname I have a space. And now every name in turn is getting delimited by a colon character there. So now I can actually right click, I can say I want to split the column by delimiter. What's my delimiter here? I'd like to give a colon. Split at each occurrence of the delimiter. I click on OK. Now once I've got it till here, all I now need to do is basically transpose this data. So under transform itself, there's an option to transpose. I click on transpose over there, and unfortunately I get some dummy headings column 1 and column 2. I need to push these two to my heading level itself. So I can simply say used first row as headers. I click on that and I'm done. As you can see, I've got all the unique project IDs listed over here, and under each one of them I've actually got who the team members are. I go to home, I click on close and load. A new worksheet over there opens up and I get my desired data structure, right? Now, if I compare this to my formula based solution, it's all absolutely perfect. I mean, if I simply copy this from here and I go and paste special values over here, you'll actually get to see while the order is not the same, the entries would be. So, Sanjay Singh over here, and Sameer Mehta over here. It has how many names? 5. This has 5 as well, right? So it all seems to be answered absolutely perfectly over here, but for one small shortcoming in this solution, which is the fact that if I actually go to my base data and let's say I add A00 over here, and let's say I add a name Mathur. Now if I actually go to sheet 2, if I right click and I refresh, which is what the beauty of Power Query is actually, it somehow inserts a row at the very beginning, leaving this cell over here blank, which is not what I'm looking for. Now, let's see where exactly the problem is. So if I go to project data over here, I click on edit over there. Let's see at which step have I faltered. So by double clicking, I simply get to know what action did I perform. So no problem over here. Replaced values, no problem there either. Sorting, no problem. Pivoting, well, no problem so far. When I click on merge columns, you'll see here's where the problem actually arises. It's creating yet another column for the new entry that I added, instead of actually including that within the merge column separated by a comma. So somehow what's actually happening is, if you remember when we had merged, I had physically selected the first column and the last column where I wanted the merge to happen till. Now when I add a new entry and I pivot the data set, another column gets added. Since that was not originally selected, that is why it's not coming as part of the merged column over here. So if your data is static and you know that you will not be adding any further rows of data, this is a very good solution to use. You'll notice once I go back to my base data sheet, I right click and let's say I delete the table rows. Now if I go back over here, right click and I refresh, you'll see it all comes back to normal. Now I'm assuming that going forward I will be adding more rows of data over here, and therefore I need a dynamic solution, which I've been able to solve on this worksheet called Final Power Query Solution. Let me just once again go and add a A00 there with Mathur over here. When I right click over here, just to be doubly sure, I do get that row at the very beginning with a blank appearing for L02. I would obviously want Mathur to appear below Henry, and if I want that to happen, if I go to the Final Power Query Solution, now when I right click and I click on refresh, okay, that's because I renamed the table, but if had I not renamed the table, had I just called that project table 1 itself, when I would have right clicked, I would have seen Mathur appear over here. While you don't see it here right now, you will actually get to see that in the final file which I've uploaded at my blog post. So this is one way to actually transform your data column wise, and I hope you enjoyed watching this short video. Thank you.